Gold has to go through one of the most difficult processes to come out looking refined. If we were to take gold at its initial, how it initially looks, we wouldn't be trading a lot of money for it. We wouldn't be seeing its value. But in order for gold to actually be immensely valuable, it had to go through, or it has to go through, a refining process. That refining process is painful, is hot, is difficult, is stressful, is just mad. But at the end of it, it's sitting on a counter, looking amazing and being worth a lot of people's money. And the same thing with diamonds as well. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Temi and I share content on this channel along the lines of personal development and self-improvement content. Thank you to those of you who have newly subscribed and you're joining the family. I'm really excited about that. If you're not aware, currently on this channel I am doing a life series and we're looking at all things life, deep pertinent topics that's going to help each and every one of us level up and grow and develop our own personal growth journeys. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, you're in the right location, and I think you need to bring other people along with you. So don't forget to like, subscribe and share the channel, because I know that there are other people that are on this journey with you that want to level up too. Anyway, without further ado, let's get straight into the video. I'm really excited about this topic. We are going to be talking about the pain of growth, the pain of greatness, and what it takes to actually succeed in life. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so this topic is a topic that is weighty, it's heavy, it's big. And the reason why it's so weighty is because we all want to succeed. That's the reason why we're on this channel. That's the reason why we have goals. That's the reason why we set objectives for our lives. We all want to succeed, we all want to grow, and we all want to develop. I think one of the things that is missing from a lot of the kind of content that is shared online is the pain and the difficulty of being great, or of just generally growing as a person. We always see the highlight reels, we always see the end products on social media, but we rarely ever feel or hear or talk about the pain and the difficulty in getting to the mountaintop. A lot of the times we love to, celebrate the successes, the new marriage, the business, the house, the car, whatever the is, but we don't actually learn from the hurdles, the obstacles, the pain, the bleeding, the difficulty, the confusion. And I think actually we learn a lot more from the difficulty of the journey than the mountaintop of the success. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the pain of growth and the pain of greatness. Now, I was listening to a sermon probably about a few weeks ago by a prophetess called Leslie Osai. Absolutely love her. I've come across her stuff and I was just like, this woman is such a blessing to the kingdom of God. If you're a Christian, she is a prophetess, and she did a message on the plight of greatness. And honestly, throughout the whole of that message, I was glued. I was writing notes. I felt like, oh my goodness, this is somebody who has achieved so much in her life and so much in her spiritual journey with God. And that word literally was something that spoke to me. And I thought, why is this not really, we don't really touch on this topic? And I wanted to bring this topic onto this channel because we are all trying to grow, we're all trying to level up, and there are gonna be difficulties. I'm so sorry if you can hear, if you're listening, you can hear noise in the background, it's my dishwasher. There are gonna be difficulties, there are gonna be hurdles, there are gonna be things that are just painful. I think in order for us to grow, we have to go through pain. There is no growth and there is no success without a hurdle, without an obstacle, without something to have to actually overcome. If you listen to a lot of the most inspirational and successful motivational preachers or speakers or just thought leaders, a lot of them have gone through so much pain and so much difficulty to get to where they are in life. And it's actually through their story and listening to the journey and the hurdles and the things that they had to overcome that we actually learn a lot more about life. I've always thought about the idea of pain. You know, pain is something that we don't actually like. Pain is something that is uncomfortable. Pain is something that, like, even if we think about Jesus, Jesus had to go through pain. Like, he had to go through one of the most painful situations I think ever known to mankind. He had to go through persecution. He had to go through humiliation. He had to go through public insults. Can you imagine being the Son of God and you're coming down to these lowly people here on earth, and they're the ones jilting you, they're the ones like jeering at you, they're the ones putting you down on a public level. And like he had so much humility because, you know, I don't know what I would have done knowing that I'm the Son of God. Like I could just, you know, do anything. I could just let you guys know who I am, right? But Jesus humbled himself and he went through the pain. He went through the whipping, he went through the abuse, he went through the nailing to the cross, he went through death, okay? And then he resurrected on the third day, came out of the tomb and was just like, yo, guys, I'm great, I'm here, I've grown, I'm ascending, I'm going up to sit on the right-hand side of the Father. So I think as, you know, as someone who's a Christian, as someone who's a believer, Jesus is one of the biggest, I suppose, role models, one of the biggest examples that I can use to actually press this point that if we want to grow and if we want to be great, we have to actually embrace pain. And I know this because I'm somebody that naturally, I don't want to go through any pain. Do I look like I want to go through pain? No. Like pain is something that we all want to run away from. But I think the more I've learned about like the waves and the cycles of life, the more I've learned that whenever you're going through a painful or difficult period in your life, that's actually because you're being trained for something greater, something bigger, and something more. It's going to require you to level up ×2. Okay, you're not going to get to your destiny by being the same person that you were yesterday. It requires a completely different version of you to be who you're hoping to be. The goals that you've written down on your notebook today require you to actually evolve to a whole new level of your own identity. And sometimes we don't actually know that we carry that power until some people will say the universe, I believe it's God, until God will allow you to go through a situation. And until you have evolved, until you have grown, until you have embraced the pain, until you have used that pain to literally catapult you to your next level, the pain is not going to go away. So we have to see pain as a vehicle and as a tool to actually empower us and to actually transform us. Kind of like a phoenix, right? A phoenix fallen from the ashes, but comes out looking even more beautiful. I always say to people that I've coached in the past that if you think about gold rarely ever comes, like if you look at like the mines and countries where they do mining, it's rarely ever looking polished, shiny and beautiful. But gold has to go through one of the most difficult processes to come out looking refined. If we were to take gold at its initial, how it initially looks, we wouldn't be trading a lot of money for it. We wouldn't be seeing its value. But in order for gold to actually be immensely valuable, it has to go through a refining process. That refining process is painful, is hot, is difficult, is stressful, is just mad. But at the end of it, it's sitting on a counter, looking amazing and being worth a lot of people's money. And the same thing with diamonds as well. In order for us to really till the ground of who we are, to really find the gold, to really find the diamond in who we are, we have to go through a refining process. And that refining process is going to be painful, it's going to be difficult, and it's going to be uncomfortable. But by the time you come out, however long that refining process is, that could be 6 months for some people, it could be 3 years, it could be 10 years, it could be, I don't know how long it could be, but as long as you learn the lessons and as long as you go through the process, you will come out as pure as gold. And I know that sounds literally cliche, but it's something that we have to be mindful of, because, you know, a lot of the people that I've spoken with in the past, you know, it's very easy, myself included, it's very easy for us to give up in the process, not knowing that that's just a twist in the turn, and not realizing that actually if we keep going, we will actually get to the valuable part. There's this picture that I remember seeing on social media somewhere of a guy literally giving up. He's like in the mines, and he literally gives up just before his last knock on the last piece of rock. He literally just gives up at that point, just when he's just about to hit the treasure. And I think that's what a lot of us do. We give up just before we're about to hit gold, just before we're about to hit diamonds. And I think this video wasn't meant to be anything spectacular. It wasn't meant to be anything that we don't know. It's just to bring to our knowledge that pain and difficulty is a prerequisite for growth and greatness. You cannot have growth and you cannot have greatness without the pain and the discomfort. So if you're going through something right now that is really testing you, that's really challenging you, that's really stretching you, just know that you have something that's coming that requires you to be level 2.0 of yourself, that requires you to be a transformed person, that requires you to be an even greater person. And isn't that an amazing thing? So yeah, I think that's the end of this video. I'm trying to keep all these videos at around the 10-minute mark. Sometimes I go over, sometimes I'm under, but I want to keep these videos short and sweet. And I will see you right here on this channel again on the next video on the live series. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this content. And I'll see you soon. Bye.